In the headlines, Governor Adeleke joins Accord Party. ECOWAS declares state of emergency over rising coups. Tear gas deployed as contractors demand payment in Abuja. Hello and welcome to S24 News. I am Zainab Bala. Here are the details of our major stories. Nigeria's First Lady has been honored with a highly prestigious traditional title by Oba Adeyemi Togunsi Ojaja II, the Oni of Ife. On Sunday, during the monarch's 10th coronation anniversary celebrations in Ile-Ife, Osun State, Mrs. Tinubu was officially installed as Yeye Asiwaju Gbogbo Ile Odua. The ceremony, held at the Palace Square, was attended by leading traditional rulers and dignitaries from across Yoruba land, including the Olu of Warri and the Son of the Oni, described Mrs. Tinubu as a mother of the nation, praising her support over the years since his ascension. The title was held by the late wife of national icon Obafemi Awolowo, recognizes leadership, cultural influence, and contributions to the Yoruba people and Nigeria at large. Mrs. Tinubu, acknowledging the honor, thanked the Oni and the community for deeming her worthy, expressing hope that the accolade signals unity, cultural pride, and renewed optimism for Nigeria's future. The governor of Osun State, Ademola Adeleke, has officially defected to Accord Party, just days after leaving the People's Democratic Party. He made the announcement on Tuesday at the banquet hall of the Government House in the company of the national and state leaders of the Accord Party. Adeleke revealed that he joined Accord on November 6th and says the move provides the platform he needs to seek re-election in 2026. He added that Accord's focus on welfare aligns with his administration's priorities, promising continuity of good governance and democratic dividends. Moving on, the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has declared a state of emergency across West Africa in response to a dramatic surge in coups, attempted military takeovers, and widening political instability. The announcement was delivered on Tuesday by Omar Touare, president of the ECOWAS Commission, during the 55th session of the bloc's Mediation and Security Council held in Abuja. Touare emphasized security and political threats, saying the bloc must act urgently to safeguard democracy and restore stability. Member state ministers and security leaders convened to explore coordinated measures. ECOWAS signaled readiness to respond collectively through diplomacy, security cooperation, and potentially sanctions as part of the efforts to protect constitutional order and national security. Patience Jonathan, former First Lady of Nigeria, has been honored with the Global Women's Peace Ambassador Award by the Women's Federation for World Peace International. The award was presented during a ceremony in Seoul, South Korea, where WFWPI's International President Moriko Hori praised Mrs. Jonathan's contributions to peace building, women's rights advocacy, and humanitarian service. In an acceptance speech, Mrs. Jonathan committed to continuing her work, calling on others to join efforts to build peace, advance social justice, and empower women and children across Nigeria and beyond. She described the honor not only as personal recognition but as a call to action to sustain efforts towards empowerment and lasting peace.
The former First Lady of Nigeria, Dame Patience Jonathan, has been awarded with the Most Inspirational Woman of the Year. It's an award at the 2025 Top 10 Magazine Excellence Award. The recognition was presented during the magazine's 10th annual awards ceremony held in Abuja, celebrating individuals and organizations making significant impact in business, politics, and leadership. The Top 10 magazine's editor-in-chief highlighted the award as a tribute to Dame Patience Jonathan's enduring influence and positive societal contributions, noting her role as a beacon of hope and a catalyst for change in Nigeria and beyond. The event brought together distinguished awardees from various sectors, with Dame Patience Jonathan standing out for her inspirational leadership and commitment to women's empowerment and national development. Other notable recipients at the ceremony included Nasiru Danu, who was named Man of the Year for his ethics, entertainment, philanthropy.
The media award that we see here, as we call it the Excellence Award here, it brings healthy competition, which is very good and We'll continue to sustain that, and we'll do that through our various programming that we do in NTA.
It's an excitement to see that the effort, the resilience, the perseverance pays. And I really want to use that opportunity to tell women, to tell ladies that tech is not that hard. It seems to look hard, but it's not. They can succeed. The most important is to make their mind that is what they want to do, and I'm sure they will succeed.
Someone out there is watching and listening to our record.
The Impatient Jonathan's Award shows her continued advocacy for social justice, peace, and the welfare of vulnerable groups, especially women and children. Her recognition by Top 10 magazine further cements her legacy as a prominent figure in Nigeria Republic. Zainab Ibrahim, reporting for S24.
Moving on, police fired tear gas to disperse contractors protesting outside the Federal Capital Territory Administration over an alleged unpaid debt of 5.2 billion naira. Members of the coalition of indigenous FCT contractors arrived early at the FCTA Secretariat, blocked the main gate with a truck and demanded payment for completed and verified public works. The protests escalated when security operatives sealed the entrance, then deployed tear gas canisters, forcing the crowd to scatter in panic.
There were chaotic scenes in Abuja on Wednesday as policemen allegedly acting on the directive of FCT Minister Nyesom fired tear gas at protesting contractors who had gathered to demand payment for completed government projects. The contractors had barricaded the entrance to the minister's office, insisting they were owed for jobs fully inspected, verified and approved between 2018 and 2024.
The CSO said he will have a meeting with us today and probably take us to the minister by 10 a.m. And this is about 12 o'clock, I mean 2 o'clock now. We've not seen anyone. The only thing we got is the director of security sent some boys that we should organize ourselves.
Many of us are in the health secretariat. We've done our jobs. Health is something that we're saving lives. Most of these jobs are verifiable. We supply the equipment in the hospital. Go to the hospital and verify.
The protest is very peaceful, you can see it. Nobody is doing it.
Document presented by the contractors show that the outstanding payments cover a wide range of public works executed under the supervision of the Federal Capital Territory Administration. Beyond the financial burden, the contractors say prolonged delays have inflicted severe emotional and medical stress on their members. They allege that more than 5 colleagues have died due to hypertension and depression, while others have lost homes, marriages, and businesses.
Appealing to him to please, being the kind of person he is, he should have a human heart and tell us.
2 years, we've been begging the minister. Even address us, talk to us.
Nobody will work here. We are just giving them today because they promise that they will have it with us. From tomorrow, we are working everywhere.
The group also recalled a similar protest in 2024, during which police officers dispersed them with tear gas, batons, and shields. The contractors insist their demonstration have remained peaceful and disclosed that several letters and petitions were submitted to the minister's office and the leadership of the 10th National Assembly. Kabir Abdurauf, S24 Television.
Welcome back. We sincerely apologize for that little break in transmission. Now moving on, the Inspector General of Police, Kaide Igbetokun, has opened the 2025 Conference of Police Public Relations Officers in Abuja with a strong charge to officers to combat misinformation and strengthen police public communication. Here's the report.
It is my honor and privilege to welcome you all to the opening ceremony of the 2025 Nigeria Police Force Public Relations Officers Conference. This annual convergence of our public relations officers is not merely a routine calendar event. It is a strategic national engagement, a critical platform for strengthening our collective capacity to engage the public, shape narratives constructively, and deepen trust between the police and the citizens we are sworn to serve. Across the world, the success and legitimacy of policing are no longer defined by operational capacity alone. They are increasingly determined by public trust, transparency, and the quality of communication between the police and the public. In this regard, your role as public relations officers is not peripheral. It is central to institutional performance and to the credibility of the Nigerian police force. The public relations function of the Nigerian police has become a frontline operational instrument in the security environment where information warfare, misinformation, disinformation, and perception management have become major challenges. The battle for the mind is now as critical as the battle against crime. And you, our public relations officers, stand as commanders on the front line of that battle. We live in an era where policing thrives not merely on patrols and enforcement, but on transparency, accountability, and public cooperation. Our legitimacy is shaped by how we are seen, how we are understood, and how we communicate. The voice of the force is your voice. The story of the force is the story you craft and tell. Your responsibility, therefore, is not only powerful, it is indispensable. I salute you for your resilience, courage, and doggedness. Day after day, you navigate a highly volatile and fast-moving information environment. Fighting misinformation, responding to crises in real time, countering hostile narratives, and defending the truth with professionalism and tact. You work under immense pressure, yet you continue to stand firm. For this, the leadership and the entire Nigerian police force are proud of you. This conference offers us a unique opportunity to refine and reinforce uniformity of messaging across the nation. You must speak with one coherent voice, accurate, factual, and timely, reflecting one vision, one standard, and one unshakable commitment to service.
Nigeria has launched a new school curriculum aimed at preparing students for the demands of the modern world. The reform focuses on technology, coding, entrepreneurship, critical thinking, and cultural heritage. But with nearly 1 in 3 teachers unqualified and millions of students relying on fewer than 1 million educators, questions remain about how effectively the changes can be implemented. For a detailed breakdown of the promises, challenges, and what this means for Nigeria's education system, watch our full explainer package by S24 Zainab Ibrahim.
1 in 3 basic school teachers, about 33.3%, are not properly qualified to teach. That's over 492,000 teachers across Nigeria. Nigeria is reimagining education with a brand new curriculum. One built around technology, entrepreneurship, critical thinking, and our rich cultural roots. It's designed for today's world, but the path ahead is anything but straightforward. This isn't just about more subjects, it is about better ones. Teaching kids to code, to think critically, to create, the goal is simple. Equip students not just to pass exams, but to build businesses, land jobs, and drive innovation in Nigeria. Here is the hard truth. nearly 1 in 3 basic school teachers, about 33.3%, are not properly qualified to teach. Thus, over 4 dated tools and timely funding, this promising curriculum risks staying on paper. Yet, change remains possible. With collective focus and investment, Nigeria's students can genuinely access education that empowers rather than confines. Nigeria's curriculum reboot could be transformative. Now, the question is ours. Will we turn the promise of a brighter education into reality for every child?
Moving on, in an exclusive S24 interview with Future Minds, Ahmed Abubakar Gumel, founder of Turn Up Jigar, he spoke about transforming civic leadership in northern Nigeria. Gumel highlighted how young people can harness technology to engage in politics and drive meaningful change. He also called on the youth to move beyond complaining, stressing that the future is already here and it's time to take action. Through his initiative, Gumel aims to empower the next generation of leaders to be proactive, innovative, and deeply involved in shaping Nigeria's political future. Here's the full interview.
We're in 21st century and we are surrounded by tech everywhere.
Exactly.
And that means we are unequivocally transformed into a tech world where it is necessary rather for us to embrace technology in driving change, in creating more awareness to people, in doing whatever we feel like doing that will change how things actually work. And I also believe that technology plays a significant role in shaping everything in governance, in education, in health, and everywhere. But me coming from the civic space, I'm seeing it from this direction that technology gives us the ability to get information very easily. Back in the days, before you get a publication of national budget, it takes time before you write an application to get the paperwork to come and do it. But now, in every quarter, the state government and the federal government, publish data on the public, the funding, and people have the ability to go and track, to monitor and see the allocation their local government receive or their state receive, and see how they'll be able to hold their leaders accountable. And that means we really have to embrace it and use it wisely. And again, social media is there. Social media is not only about posting pictures, and expressing our personal things, but also leveraging it to bring about changes, talking about democracy and how young people like me can, demonstrate their actions using, social media and stuff like that. Well, young people are actually, the future. Well, even the present, because we are, disrupting status quo across the nation and even globally. Young people, as I said, they are potential, but again, they need to, build their capacity. Capacity in which way? Educate themselves, create awareness within themselves, and know how the global system works in order to, bring it to the local level.
A women-led electric mobility initiative in Ghana is transforming urban transport while powering sustainable livelihoods. The Right to Own e-bike program is giving low-income earners affordable access to transportation, allowing riders to work, earn, and eventually own their electric bikes through flexible payments. The impact is far-reaching, from boosting incomes and supporting families to cutting fuel costs and reducing carbon emissions. The project tracks every kilometer ridden, converting the emissions saved into carbon credits that help fund more training and expand the fleet. Take a look.
A woman-led idea now moving lives forward. An electric solution now cutting emissions. And a community-centered initiative now rewriting the story of urban mobility in Ghana. These e-bikes are part of a right-to-own program designed to help low-income earners access reliable, affordable transportation.
I happened to find Wahoo 3 to 6 months ago, and actually I was at home and I saw one of the old riders riding the Wahoo electric bike, which was so beautiful and so fun. And the best aspect of it is they use it to earn a living. And I decided to join Wahoo so I can have a living as well, because sitting at home as a graduate wasn't anything ideal.
Instead of struggling with high fuel prices or the upfront cost of buying a motorcycle, Riders here can walk in and eventually own their electric bikes through flexible payments.
I charge my battery, let's say, once a day. That's the 2 pairs, once a day. But in a case where, I use the bike for a longer journey, let's say, or more deliveries, based on the speed, it's just like buying petrol. If the bike consumes more battery, that means you are overriding it.
For women working within the project, the experience is more than a job, and it is a proof that women can drive innovation in sectors traditionally dominated by men.
At the heart of transport really are delivery riders. There's delivery riders across all major African cities, and that's really our target market. How can we get a good quality electric vehicle that they could ride safely to do their deliveries?
For many riders, the impact is immediate. With zero fuel costs and minimal maintenance, earnings go directly into supporting families, paying school fees, and building small businesses.
For us, the important thing has been we drive what we call lifetime value. So most people, when they're selling vehicles, look at how much did I buy it for and how much did it cost to produce. But our whole thing is how can you turn the vehicle into a revenue generating asset over time? So one around brokering carbon finance, around earning revenues on delivery, allowing our riders to actually meet their payment plans and pay off over time. Even things like advertising on bike, using the bike, I mentioned, to collect data like air quality data and road safety. Using the bike as a tool is what really drives us to be able to monetize.
Beyond livelihoods, the initiative is also improving the environment. Every kilometer reading reduces carbon emissions. This means the program generates additional revenue that is reinvested back into training, expansion, and more bikes for new riders. Accra's roads are now seeing more electric mobility than ever before. Quiet, clean, and efficient. The bikes are helping ease congestion, reduce pollution, and promote safer urban transport. The initiative also offers technical training, safety education, and support systems for riders.
I'm proud to see a transition in many of their lives. I think what we see, particularly in Ghana and a lot of African countries, is there's not support for delivery riders. And I think that's the first thing that they say, is that we're supporting them to earn more, we're supporting them to be productive, resourceful, and be sustainable. So I think our customers like us, and our business model is working. We're having riders already comfortably pay off their bike and continue to ride with us as their fleet partner.
It is a holistic model combining mobility, mentorship, and community, clean energy, improved livelihoods, and sustainable impact, powered by women and driven for change. Tamira Usman Adam, S24 News.
And in entertainment news, Nigerian creators have taken center stage at the 2025 TikTok Awards Sub-Saharan Africa. The awards held on December 6th in Johannesburg, South Africa, with the theme New Era, New Icons, celebrated Africa's rising digital talent. Nigeria emerged as the biggest winner, claiming 6 of the 10 major awards. Among the notable winners, Shali Poppy was named Artist of the Year for his viral hit Laho. Rajat Muhammad Ibrahim, known as Diary of Northern Cook on TikTok, won Creator of the Year for her captivating storytelling on Northern Nigerian cuisines. Brian Wana took home Storyteller of the Year, while Balovio Lacha won Entertainment Creator of the Year. Easy Boy was recognized as Education Creator of the Year, and Dejoki Ogunbiyi earned the Social Impact Creator of the Year award. Other African countries were also honored, with winners from Tanzania, Kenya, and South Africa taking home awards in various categories. TikTok officials said the event highlighted how short-form video content is shaping culture across the continent. Now moving on, Chef Dami has officially